Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Errol Lewis, the political anchor at Spectrum News New York 1, and it is my pleasure to host another virtual gala for the Samaritan Daytop Foundation. We thank you for joining us. Tonight, we're going to celebrate Samaritan's hands-on work in providing more housing and shelter, as well as addiction, health, and mental health services to highly vulnerable New Yorkers over the last year, despite enormous challenges. Tonight, we're also here to honor two people who have been on the front lines during these unique times in their own way, Dr. Kizzmekia Corbett and Sher Sparano. Each of them also support important causes that improve the quality of life for vulnerable New Yorkers. And of course, we're grateful for their dedication to the mission of Samaritan Daytop Village. Ladies and gentlemen, you might notice that there's no chat this year. We're doing things a little bit differently because the gala is going to be short and fast-paced. We want you to focus on Samaritan Daytop Village and the staff and clients. And we hope to be in person at this gala next year. For now, we ask that you sit back and relax as we come together for tonight's celebration. Samaritan is deeply committed to creating change in the lives of clients and society as a whole. They continue to improve the quality of lives for others through empowerment, advocacy, and support. For over 60 years, their extraordinary staff has continued to work tirelessly in this cause. And even now, during the pandemic, they stand on the front lines, delivering quality care to families, children, seniors, and veterans. We also realize that the success of this evening would not be possible without the generosity of individuals, including you. Samaritan Daytop would like to especially thank this evening's gala sponsor, Sterling Risk. The Ruby sponsor is OneGroup. Our platinum sponsor, Magnuson Architecture and Planning. And the gala patrons are Alliant Insurance Services and Samaritan Daytop Family Association. And of course, we thank all of you who helped make tonight a successful event. Now, please welcome the chair of the board of Samaritan Daytop Foundation, Colleen Taylor.
Thank you, Errol. Great to have you back for a second year. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's been an honor to serve as the chair of the Samaritan Daytop Foundation and to witness the work that Samaritan does. With a steadfast work throughout the pandemic, the staff have proven themselves as a strong foundation that will weather any storm. They've come together to troubleshoot and respond to some of the biggest challenges the organization has faced in its history, prioritizing first the needs of clients. Samaritan helps tens of thousands of people live their lives to the fullest every day. And this is even more important now as we move towards recovery. This requires support from all sides, whether it be from staff members or people like you who donate every year to help make the work possible, or supporters like the honorees we have here tonight. You all will be able to donate again this year during our pledge moment, assisting us in a very tangible way so that SDF can continue to provide vital services to our community. Now it's my pleasure to introduce our first honoree of the evening. Dr. Kizzmekia Corbett is the Assistant Professor of Immunology and Infectious Disease at the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health. She led her team at the National Institute of Health throughout the creation and development of the Moderna vaccine that is being used today across the world to protect lives and closer to home to protect our staff and clients. Samaritan Daytop Village had program-wide vaccinations throughout the year, and 80% of staff have been vaccinated, the majority getting the Moderna vaccine. She has worked tirelessly to improve vaccine awareness and to encourage interest in STEM among younger adults. So it's my pleasure to present the award tonight to Dr. Kizzmekia Corbett. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening. Samaritan Daytop's rich history supports New York's most vulnerable populations. And for that reason, I am honored to be with you all here tonight. In a time when aid is so crucial to recovery efforts, Samaritan's commitment shines like a beacon of hope. One of Samaritan's first goals was to make a difference during the deadly heroin epidemic, and it continues to honor that goal even today. It is helping those who are affected by substance abuse disorders, homelessness, and even the pandemic. Each year, they help thousands of people recover and lead on to improve their lives. By remaining open during the pandemic, they were able to deliver services to over 10 counties, and they have undoubtedly made a substantial impact to all of those who needed them. Samaritan's mission speaks to the work that I do as a researcher, hoping to improve our chances of combating deadly infectious diseases. Health disparities are a pervasive issue, and it is important for us to alleviate them however and whenever possible. Helping people to understand the effects and the benefits of the vaccine is so essential to this. Vaccine awareness helps to dispel the fears that are so greatly instilled by our medical industry. It is my hope that by dispelling those fears that we can help to build confidence in medicine and also in technology. By creating and developing the Moderna vaccine with my team, I hope that the road to recovery will be an easier one. It is such a privilege to be honored tonight by Samaritan Daytop for the work that I've done, and I humbly accept this award. I will strive to continue to make a difference in the scientific community, and I hope to better society through my advocacy and also through my research. Thank you.
Thank you, Colleen, and congratulations to Dr. Corbett. Next up, we're going to hear a little bit about Samaritan Daytop from the CEO and president of this incredible organization, Mitchell Netburn.
I'm Mitchell Netburn, the president and CEO of Samaritan Daytop Village. Last year when I did this video, I said it was the most challenging year we'd had, and in some ways it's even been, this past year has even been more challenging. We're approaching 19 months. It's a whole other year, and to keep that resolve and resilience going for that long is just incredibly hard. And so the only word I can come up with the staff now, they are now true superheroes to have maintained the incredibly high level of service for our clients with not really an end in sight. Things are better. But we're still in the pandemic. Keeping our facilities as COVID compliant as possible was really, really a struggle. And incredible kudos to all of our staff, but our maintenance staff was incredible in distributing PPEs and hand sanitizers and making sure facilities had plexiglass, and it was changing every day. We're still in a drug overdose epidemic. Last year, nearly 100,000 people died from an overdose in the United States. That's a 30% increase from the year before. Many of our clients who do have substance use issues, mental health issues, homelessness, their needs are greater than they've ever been, just as many of us. So all of our needs are greater. It's been incredibly challenging. Add to that racial injustice as well. But particularly the opioid crisis has just taken so many lives and has kind of taken a little bit of a backseat to the pandemic, but it is raging, and it is something that our staff have had to deal with as well. We continue to grapple with racial injustice issues. It is something that we've always prided ourselves on addressing, but this was a great opportunity for us to really take a critical look at ourselves and put everything on the table in the context that we're going to address those things. We've also been looking to the future and saying, how can we not just address those issues, but meet the increasing needs of our clients. If homeless people, they need some mental health services, we can do that. Substance use services, we can do that. Employment services, we can do that. Family unification, we can do that.
Thank you, Mitchell. Let's take a look at a video to learn more about Samaritan Daytop and some of their clients.
Being in Samaritan and the effect that's had on my life, that's given me the opportunity to have on others, is amazing.
Yeah, I feel the same way. To think that I came from where I came from and where I'm at today, I'm really, really grateful to be working in this building specifically, because I remember this building.
Sometimes you get overwhelmed, you get emotional when you think about it, especially if you think about, when I think about my past and where I sit some 34, 33 years later. It's been an amazing journey. My name is Anthony Turner. I was born and raised in the Bronx, New York. I come from a family of 10. In my early life, I was, in the streets. I was addicted to drugs, smoking a lot of marijuana, never the really hard drugs, but enough that my life was out of control. Most times, I was able to stay clean in the streets for 2-3 months, and then it was back to the wildlife. And I didn't want to be that, but I saw myself becoming that. You know, I had a desire to do something different. I was 26 years old when I entered the residential treatment. No matter what happens, you fall and you pick yourself up. When I finished my treatment in Ellenville, I actually did my re-entry in Queens, not in the Bronx. I was hired as a maintenance worker for Samaritan Daytop Village. My current role as director of maintenance over the past 3 years. Absolutely.
I really refer to Tony as he's one of our superheroes. Like there's 6 of him, and I think one of his superpowers is he can fly. I mean, I don't know how he gets to these facilities. It's just the way he is.
Well, COVID, for my department in particular, we just kept working. We didn't stop. You know, we were essential workers. We had to make sure the places stayed sanitized and kept people as healthy as possible.
It's very, very gratifying, just giving back what was so freely given to me. You know, I learned a lot coming through Samaritan, and now I'm giving it back. I spent 22 months in the program back in the 80s, late 80s. This was the place where, you know, I basically got my start to get clean, and now I have 20 years clean. So I am very grateful to be working here. It helps me a lot.
Housing is still a crisis. That hasn't gone away. About a third of homeless families are working. People aren't aware of that. Rents are just so expensive that even if you're making above minimum wage, sometimes just 1 or 2 bad things happen. They may have had a huge unexpected medical bill, and that wiped out their savings, and then that led to other things. And all of a sudden, you know, I've had so many homeless people say to me, I never thought I would be homeless.
So in 2019, my family got into a situation where we became homeless. We were very nervous because we struggled to find an apartment and went through a lot until we got placed in Samaritan, and we finally found a place not even a month ago. Apartment is amazing. It's beautiful. It's a lot of space for the family. So they helped us find a place, and I'm very happy now.
We don't leave any stone unturned. We're always searching to push ourselves with the goal of helping our clients even more than we do today. We serve 33,000 clients a year. We're in 10 counties in New York State, all 5 boroughs of New York City. We have over 60 facilities. We provide mental health services, substance use services, homeless services, employment services. One of the challenges is managing all those different programs on a vast scale in the middle of a pandemic. And Samaritan Daytop Village is not an agency to rest on its laurels at all. We're looking to the future as well. Opening a new facility, the Richard Press Wellness Center. It's a flagship program for us. It's a beautiful state-of-the-art building, and really truly integrated services, which has been a dream of ours for a long time.
Honestly speaking, I didn't think I'd ever be sitting where I'm sitting. I've done some things in life that has actually blown my own mind, you know, and I owe it all to, I say, to Samaritan, because it gave me an opportunity to sit still and make some decisions of what I want to do with my life.
Hello, I'm MCFARLANE, Samaritan Daytop Village's Chief Program and Legal Officer. The past year has been difficult for all New Yorkers. Both the pandemic and the opioid epidemic continue to have a profound effect on our clients. Still, I continue to be amazed by the hard work and dedication of our staff and the resiliency of the more than 33,000 clients served in our network in the past year. On any given night, there are over 1,000 children sleeping in our shelters, all of whom were homeschooled in one of our facilities during the pandemic. In spite of skyrocketing rent, we still found affordable and safe permanent housing for nearly 1,000 individuals and families. And although overdose deaths reached a historic high in New York during the pandemic, here at Samaritan, over 100 lives were saved with the fast-acting overdose reversing drug called Narcan. That's more than a life every 4 days. Over 1,500 individuals completed treatment in one of our substance use treatment programs and are now well on their way to living productive and sober lives. I could go on and on about the work that we have done. And some will say that's just numbers. But behind each statistic lies a real person. Now we're going to hear from a few of our clients who were asked what Samaritan Daytop Village means to them.
It's a place where you can have a fresh start, able to build up the bricks of our lives where we once destroyed, where we burned bridges and we're able to reconstruct them. It's a place where we're able to find stability.
Samaritan Village has taught me that I'm important and I can live again, and they have allowed me to reacquaint myself with God. We have such a wonderful staff here. We have such wonderful people all around us that have let me clearly understand that I can't get over my past heroin and crack addiction alone.
It's a good experience. I learned a lot, and it's helping me on my recovery, being a productive man in society.
Program getting my life back. Today, I'm a better mother to my children, and I'm a better woman to myself.
And I'm so grateful that I've been given the opportunity for a second chance at life. I started the recovery coach training as one of the senior coordinators here, and I'm looking forward to doing the internship. I suffered a recent loss in my family, and I've had unconditional support and love in this program from my peers and from the staff. And I'm just so grateful that this program exists to help people like me.
So if you didn't understand the strength and dedication of the organization already, you have a sense of it from that video. And the good news is that you can be a part of it. Please welcome for our pledge moment tonight, the one and only Chuck Nice. He's a comedian. He's a funny man, but he ain't no joke. I will tell you, Chuck, I already made my donation, so you don't need to bother me or breathe down my neck.
No. Oh, no, I'm going to bother you still. You're going to have to make another donation.
Well, tell the folks how this works. It actually is extremely easy to support Samaritan Daytop tonight.
It really is. And first of all, thank you, Errol. And let me just say thank you to all of you for being here. I am elated. I'm absolutely so excited to be here and support Samaritan Daytop Village and the work that they do, because it is just immeasurable, the amount of good that they are bringing to the community, the lives that they are repairing, and as evidenced by the testimonies that you just heard. And as Errol said, it is so simple. I have a tablet right here where I'm about to go ahead and make a donation just as a walkthrough with you guys. What you do is underneath where you see the program that is running, hey, there's me right there. What you want to do is scroll down. You'll see a little box that says Gala donation to the left-hand side of a black box. And you can either choose a one-time donation, a monthly, a quarterly donation, or a biannual donation. Here's my suggestion. Do them all. I mean, seriously, there are no rules here. We can go crazy right now, people. That's what I'm saying. You can actually make a one-time right now, then make a monthly, a quarterly, and a biannual. But you see the denominations there that you may be able to give. 500 is the top right there. But I say use the other. That denomination right there, other, that's probably the best there is, because you can use your imagination and go wild. Then you hit next. And what you'll be able to do after that is continue the process. You put in your name. And if you want to be anonymous, go ahead and be anonymous. Just put in my name. I mean, for instance, you just put in Chuck Nice, and your name will come up at the bottom of the scroll there, and what you donated, if you desire. Maybe you are a little more humble. Maybe you don't need that kind of recognition. And if that is the case, like I said, just go ahead and use Chuck Nice as your name. Now, you can use a credit card, you can use PayPal, you can use your debit card, your bank information. It doesn't make a difference. How you do it, the idea is to go ahead and do it. Now, those who pledge over $100 will have their names pop up at the bottom, as I said, and under your video pledge amount. Now, you know that these dollars are going to go a long way in assisting Samaritan Daytop in providing the core services that they provide. So let me just go through what some of the pledges will help Samaritan Daytop do. And I see a $500 from Nellie Klein. Sorry, Nellie. Sorry. It's Nellie Klein. Didn't mean to give your glory to Kevin Klein, whoever he is. I don't even know. Kevin, if you out there, you need to give more than $500 because I just gave you credit for what Nelly did. But anyway, as I said, you can see right there, here's $250 from Kathleen, and it went away that quick. Kathleen, thank you. Okay, I don't know where your name went, but it popped up because somebody else gave. Let me get back to what these pledges do. $10,000, and I am asking for that right now. Use that other box. If there's someone out there, if there's 3 people out there, 4 people, go ahead and give $10,000 right now. 6 months of housing and support. Can you imagine someone being in a position where they are at the bottom? You know what I mean? It doesn't make them any less of who they are, but they have just fallen upon circumstances that put them in a place where they don't know where to turn or what they're going to do. Your $10,000 pledge can give that person a 6-month head start on the recovery of their life. Just how incredible is that? We're talking about an exact and definable return. So that's $10,000. $5,000 will help Samaritan buy educational materials for children and their families in the centers while they are out of school. Is that invaluable or what? We all know exactly how important education is. And we all know that when children's lives are disrupted, that the first thing that normally suffers is school. And so to be able to help them in this way, as I said, is something that changes a life far into the future. And that's what a $5,000 pledge will do. So if you're a person who has $5,000, even if you don't, go out and get it right now. Come back and make the pledge. Of course, I'm being a little cheeky right there, but if you have it within your means to do so, what a great way to support the organization and those who they help. $2,500 actually helps Samaritan purchase hand sanitizers for clients in homeless shelters and treatment facilities. Now, you might think hand sanitizer. I mean, you know, I see that all the time at CVS, Rite Aid, Walgreens. Notice I said all 3 because I'm not trying to do a commercial for any of them. But the fact of the matter is, what's the big deal? Hand sanitizer. Well, you know that we are living in the time of COVID, and you know that socially distancing and proper hygiene is very important. And these are people who are coming together, and it's great to be able to give them an opportunity to protect themselves. $2,500 hand sanitizer, quite frankly, very important. May not sound that way, but you try going without it. Okay? I like to see, you know, I'm a comedian. I shake hands after a show every single weekend. And after every hand, I sanitize. I mean, sometimes people get a little offended, but I'm like, I don't know where your hands have been. I'm sorry. I'm on a bit of a tangent right now. I better get back to my business. $1,000 helps Samaritan purchase personal protective equipment, PPE. We heard that all through the pandemic. Is the pandemic over, I ask? Your answer? No, it is not, Chuck. And that is why PPE is very important. You also know that PPE has a very limited life. You can't use the same mask all day. So there is a constant need to replenish the PPE. And what that does, the people who are actually working, the staff, those who need to be in contact with our clients and others, this is a very important thing for them. We need to protect those people. And that is what your $1,000 does. It gives them an opportunity to have the proper protection. So you listen, when it comes to COVID, you may end up saving a life by getting somebody PPE, even though 80% of our people have been vaccinated. Thank you. What an accomplishment. All right, $500, like Nellie Klein. Hey, Nellie, do you see what I did there? I bought you back. Okay, hope I redeemed myself. All right, so $500 supplies families who are coming in to shelters emergency food and supplies. How important is this? So, my mom and I used to volunteer at a shelter, and I have to tell you that the intake is one of the most daunting and emotional times for somebody, a client that's coming in. And to be able to help these people with supplies, emergency food, right then there on the spot, I mean, it lets them know that there is comfort. It lets them know that support is coming and that help is here. So it is very, very important, okay? I mean, do I really have to tell you that food is important? I don't think that okay. Yeah, I don't think I have to tell you that food is important. Okay, good. $500 does that. $250 provides a delivery of food and supplies to the senior population. My goodness, I can't believe this. So that's another, all right, I'm not trying to brag here. I'm gonna put it on my mom because the truth is that I was helping her. But my mother was a devout spiritual woman, and what we did as part of our service to the community was we took meals to seniors. And let me tell you the best part about that, okay, is not the fact that you were delivering them sustenance. It's that you were delivering them a face, a human being who comes by and says, hey, how are you today, Mrs. Johnson? How are things going? You feeling okay? You take your medication? Just being a human being and being in contact. That was the thing that they appreciated most. And so delivering food to seniors is more than just delivering food. And $250 will allow you to do that. Look at that. Mark Wenger just heard me and gave $250 right now. Oh my goodness, I'm looking at the screen here, and we have an anonymous person who just donated $25,000. That is, I don't know who, I mean, what a weird name, anonymous, but I like it. It's the prettiest name ever as far as I'm concerned. But if you want, you can just change that to Chuck Nice, okay? But thank you. $25,000. Hey, there's Mitchell on the screen there for $5,000. Mitchell Netburn. So Mitchell, thank you very much. Oh my goodness. All right. Look, Jane Gibson, who heard me about the meals to seniors, $250. Then Jane, we are up to $578,000. We started at $540. Is that what I think? So guys, we are killing this right now. Here's what I need you to do. Come on, let's get this up over $600,000. Can we do that? You're really exciting me right now. And guess what? No pledge is too small. $100 helps Samaritan purchase new blankets and bedding and toiletry for clients. I have to tell you once again, back to my experience at the shelters we worked at, quite frankly, when you're coming in to be able to receive, your toiletries, a blanket, socks were a huge deal. Bedding, these are very important things that you take for granted every day. Come on now, you do. I'm not judging you. I know I do. All right? And here's an opportunity for you to look at something as simple as the bedding on your bed, as simple as the toothbrush that you use every day, the mouthwash the things that you never think about as being important in your life. $100 can make all the difference for somebody when it comes to something that simple. Whoa, check this out. Is that another $25,000? That can't be. No, it's not. Okay, so, scared me. That's the same and it dropped down. But we do have another $250 coming in from, oh, God, you just went away. Goodness gracious, I hate when that happens. But for all of you giving $100, that's a wonderful gift. Like, oh my goodness, Alexander Young, Quincy? Is it Quetzy? Alexander Young, I am so sorry for butchering your name like that. Okay. Tia Smith, who gave us $75. Listen, no gift is too small. $50 helps provide online services and programs for those who are assisted by Samaritan Daytop. No gift is too small. $50 is good. If you can't give 100, give 50. If you can't give 50, give 40, but give 50. If you can't give 40, give 20, but give 50. Okay? Just find a way to make 20, 50. I don't know. But quite frankly, what I'm saying is whatever is in your means, think about the incredible work that this organization does. Think about the number of people who are helped. For instance, okay, one of the clients said, and I loved this quote, building the bricks of my life and reconstructing the bridges that I have burned down. My goodness, can I get that service from Samaritan Daytop, please? Because my goodness, some of the bridges I have burned are still on fire. All right, too much about me. Let's get back to what we're here for, which is you going ahead and making your pledge right now. Okay, let me see what else. Here's Jen Stencil, who just gave $100. Thank you, Jen. Fantastic. I have to tell you, you guys are doing a great job. I don't know if my screen is frozen here because we haven't made it to $579,000 yet. We're still at 578. I'm refreshing my screen and it says loading. And as soon as that number, okay, I don't know what happened here, but something's wrong with my screen. That's okay. All right. Sterling Risk. Whoa, another $25,000 from Sterling Risk. Sterling, my goodness. If I could come see you in person and give you a little hug and kiss, I will do that. You know what I mean? On the cheek. Okay. I'm just saying I'm a married man. All right. So that is Sterling. There is Derek Jepson, who gave $100. As I said, there is no gift that is too small. The idea is to reach into your heart and to help the other people. As a matter of fact, if you want to think about it, what you are doing here this evening is you are becoming the Samaritan Daytop for Samaritan Daytop. I know that sounds a little meta, but think about it. These are the people that help people. You are the person that is helping the people that help people. Oh my goodness, I feel like Barbara Streisand right now. People who need people are okay, maybe a little much there, Chuck. Want to tamp it down, dial it back. Let's get back to what we're doing here. Here's Christopher Mason for $100, giving us $100. It does not make a difference what you are giving. The idea is to go ahead and give. Remember what we heard earlier. Over 1,000 children on any given night are in the shelters of Samaritan Daytop, housed by this organization. How wonderful is that? Think about the homelessness services when you think about the fact that there are so many people who are working and are still suffering with homelessness. And the reason that is, it's because, look, our economy, I hate to say it, our society right now, there's a great deal of expense that is incurred for housing that probably should not be. But listen, rents are very, very high. I was about to say 2 something high, but I'm not running for office. So y'all remember that guy. Okay. All right, I'm done with that. Thank you, Mitchell. Thank you, Sterling. And thank you, Anonymous, for those very large pledges. But what I am telling you is that you don't have to give $25,000 unless you have it, in which case you do. But for those of you who don't, whatever you give is totally okay. Now, I know you're looking at me right now like, Chuck, you are going on a little long with this. Well, the reason why I'm going on a little long is because, quite frankly, I don't see these numbers going up as fast as I would like, even though thank you all for those of you who have made your donations, because there's been quite a few of you. Like Jackson Plessier, I think that's your name, Jackson Plessier. Guess what? Jackson gave $20, and that is absolutely fine. Nancy Signer gave $25, and that is absolutely fine because every drop fills the bucket. Don't worry. The idea is for you to give whatever you can. I'm giving. I can't say what I'm giving because that would just be like, bragging, and, I was taught better than that. But the fact is, we can all give something, and I'm so excited to be a part of such a worthy cause. And I'm so excited to ask you to go ahead and give of your substance, to give out of your abundance, or even to give out of your need. Okay? Now that may sound a little intense, but I think that this is the type of organization that is doing the type of work that allows for a sacrifice, that says for you to give something. And as the young man said, what did he say? It feels so good to be giving back what was so freely given to me, to be given back This is the way he looks at this organization. And I guarantee you this, okay? I'm not trying to be some kind of a dime store televangelist, but I'm telling you right now, you can't do good and not have it come back to you in some way. Press down, shaking together, and running over is what I'm talking about. Some of y'all know what I'm saying, okay? Let me say Tawana Spriggs gave $60. Sorry, Tawana, 60 is better than 50, okay? That's all I'm saying. But any amount is good. All right. Oh, look at this. Ron Savarese, I believe is your name. Ron gave $500. You guys are killing it right now. Someone who is anonymous who gave $250. They forgot to put Chuck Nice down. Am I mad? No, I'm glad that they gave $250. I have to tell you right now, we are moving along at a lovely clip. Things are really racking up, which is fantastic. Let me get back to what I was talking about. 33,000 clients in 60 facilities. We are talking about a truly wonderful and effective organization that is really making a difference. We already heard the testimony. We know exactly how these people, okay, what was that? Okay, thank God I'm black. Because I said, how these people, I heard myself. I was like, oh my goodness, I could have been canceled right there. Okay, thank God for small favors. I'm sorry. So, quite frankly, 33,000 clients in 60 facilities, and you get to see how these clients truly appreciate this organization. Okay, here we go. I'm trying to look here if there's anyone new that has come in. Well, my screen is frozen, but I'm going to leave that alone. So I love the fact that here's what I forgot to do. I forgot to tell you that we have a hashtag on social media, SDF Virtual Gala, hashtag SDF Virtual Gala, hashtag Samaritan Daytop Village. Why did I bring that up right now? Here's what I need all of you to do. Once you donate, okay, and even if you can't donate, tell someone. Go to your social media and say, hey, I'm at a gala right now virtually, Samaritan Daytop Village, and I gave, and I would like for you to give. Put it out on social media. Let's magnify the message. All the doggone nonsense that's on social media, you mean to tell me that we can't take something this important and use social media for what it's supposed to be used for, which is something good, letting people know about Samaritan Daytop Village and the work that they do, and asking them to go ahead and make a donation. Now, you might feel a little uncomfortable about that. Don't. Because this is worth it. The reason why I'm here is because I'm never uncomfortable asking for money. As a matter of fact, some of you may recognize me from the subway where I get on. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen of the subway. I mean, disrespect. Some of my best work has been done that way. As a matter of fact, that's where Samaritan found me. They're like, God, this guy is good. Okay, so don't forget I am a comedian, okay? I'm not making light of anything. I'm just letting you guys know. So we got Natalia Gibson who just came in. Natalia gave $20. Thank you. As I said, there's no gift too small. Tawana, I messed you up with 50, but you gave 60. So listen, I see that Errol is back on the screen with me, which means that it's my time to stop doing this. I could do this all night, Errol. I could do this all night.
I know you could. They said, go up there and get him out of this. But I'm thinking, look, the money's still coming in, and I'm laughing. I got no problem with this. I could do this all night.
All right. Listen, Errol, I'm going to put it back to you, man. Thanks so much. And for all of you, just remember, continue to give. Okay? Continue to give. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. In fact, everybody, please keep those pledges coming. And just like Chuck said, I tweeted out the link to where people can make donations. I hope you'll do the same. Tell everybody about it. Every donation will help Samaritan Daytop help more and more people in need. And of course, you can continue making pledges throughout the night. No amount is too little. Let me introduce now our second honoree of the evening. Sher Sparano is the vice president of OneGroup, an insurance company that's dedicated to reducing risk for individuals and businesses as they succeed in personal and commercial endeavors. She has the best interests of her clients and employees in mind and focuses in an ever-changing field on staying ahead of the curve. More importantly, she is a long-standing supporter of Samaritan Daytop and a time-honored member of the board. And Sher has always been committed to the Samaritan mission. It is my pleasure to present this award to her.
Hi, I'm Sher Sparano of OneGroup. Thank you all for being here tonight. Firstly, I'd like to say thank you to Dr. Corbett and offer congratulations for all the work that you have done and continue to do to keep our world a safe and healthy place. I have had the pleasure of working with Samaritan in various capacities for over 20 years. It has been a great joy. Samaritan continues to be dear to my heart because I have grown with it. I've also had the opportunity to see the hands-on work and results. I'm gratified to say that I have personally witnessed the lives of clients improving and the growth of a strong and productive staff. I have also had the honor to work with leaders like Richard Pruss, Tino Hernandez, and now Mitchell Netburn. All of them believe, as deeply as I do, that every human life is worth saving and uplifting. It's been a difficult year for all of us, but the team at Samaritan has done a phenomenal job throughout this entire pandemic. They've kept the organization running while providing essential services to their clients, including housing for families and the education of children. Even though this is not the first time I am receiving an award from Samaritan, I am still deeply humbled to receive this award. It is in the shape of a heart, and on the inside, it has our message, resilience today for an even better tomorrow. That explains it all. And I accept this award, not for what I do, but in honor for all that Samaritan Daytop Village represents and continues to do. OneGroup and I thank you for being a part of this wonderful night. Their generosity and support, along with yours, are greatly needed and appreciated. I hope you enjoy the rest of the evening, and also, perhaps we'll all be together again in person by the next event. Take care now. Bye.
Fantastic. Thank you, Sher. And what lovely words she had to offer. And I am back just one more time to tell you guys that we do have donations still coming in, and you can continue to donate, not just through the rest of the show, but through the rest of the year, I'm going to go ahead and say. Okay. And just remember, once again, you hit the donate button, Gala donation, and then you can make a one-time, monthly, quarterly, or biannual, or remember, that's right, all of the above, because we're thinking outside the box here. Not to mention, use the other box. That's not a bad thing to do. Go ahead and use the other box. So please go ahead, continue to make your donations, and remember the great work that this organization does. Remember the fact that we're talking about substance abuse, which I didn't even get into, which is so very important. The work that Samaritan Daytop does concerning substance abuse, which quite frankly is near and dear to my heart, because it is something not only that plagues the nation, where it seems like we are under siege when you think about the kind of challenges that we're facing right now with climate change and, with the economy and COVID and the economy because of COVID and the opioid epidemic that is happening in this country right now. And to have an organization that is dedicated to helping people recover their lives is invaluable. And it is something that I have dealt with personally in my life, that I have seen the ravages of addiction in my own family. And all I can say is that this is just so important and so personal to me. So I wish I had a joke right there, but I got a little too serious. And so, I had to go ahead and give that personal testimony about how important it is. So please continue to give, okay? And I'm going to do the same.
Yeah, Chuck, I got to tell you, I got some updated numbers that we should all be very proud of.
All right.
$683,072. $683,072.
Yeah, I said we were going to get up over $600,000.
You did that.
No, I didn't do it, but thank you to all who did, because you had me scared. I'm telling you, I saw the numbers going down. I was like, oh my God, I'm the worst. I'm the only fundraiser who owes people money. They're just like, you know what? Chuck is up there talking. I'm taking my money back.
Well, you did a great job. And in all seriousness, I mean, I made a pledge earlier, as I said, and you can do it in memory of someone. I did it in memory, among others, of my Uncle Tony, who, passed a while ago, but had struggled throughout his life with a heroin addiction. And addiction touches so many families, such a serious thing. To me, this is a matter of paying forward for someone who could benefit from the kind of help my uncle never had throughout his life. This is what Samaritan Daytop is about, and it's an honor to be able to contribute. Really,
absolutely. And Errol, I'm with you on that, man. I'm thinking of my grandfather right now, and he was a man who struggled with addiction his entire life, and and like you said about your uncle, didn't have help. And so, when I see the testimonies of the people, and they're talking about, what this organization does, I think about my grandfather and how he did not have anything like this in his life. And so, I'm, as much as I joke, I am truly touched that people actually gave from the heart this evening, and it's for the testimonies like we just gave. This is life-changing stuff that we're talking about. And, I make light because I like to have fun, but, I am fully aware of the gravity of these issues and the invaluable work that this organization does. So thank you, Errol.
Okay, and thank you. I mean, we, of course, we report on many of these issues in my business, in the news. And it's great to spend at least one night taking a night off from talking about the problems to talking with some of the people who are providing solutions. And that very much includes you, Chuck, as well as this fine organization. So I want to thank you, offer congratulations to Dr. Kizzmekia Corbett and Sher Sparano, our awardees. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for being here tonight to celebrate Samaritan Daytop Village. I hope you feel as inspired as I do after seeing and hearing about the impact this organization has had on veterans, seniors, children, families, all of New York, really. And remember, if you haven't pledged already, you can still do it. Don't go away without making that pledge and telling some others to do the same. I want to thank you again for your support. Have a great evening, and we'll see you in person next year. Have a great evening.